Hey guys, today is day 39 in our Bible reading plan. We're in Exodus 22 through 24 and Psalm 39. And before you get bogged down with all of the intricacies of the law and start to wonder, why did he say this and why did he say that? Let us get a big picture of what's happening. God has saved the people of Israel from slavery. They were under a kingdom of darkness. They were under a kingdom of Pharaoh. They were under a kingdom that was bringing them nothing but misery. And he's moved them into a kingdom of abundance, a kingdom of the promised land. And in that kingdom, there are new laws, and God's going to build a covenant with his people. And he's turning them into a nation that is under a new way of living that they're not familiar with. And so many of the aspects of the law are simply an answer, a response to what was already done. And like as it pertains to eating and animals in the land of Canaan, and now God's giving them a new way. But all of the things that God is giving them in the laws really undergirds this idea of his love. In fact, in Exodus 19, we were told as sort of a bracket to the entire laying of the law, the reminder that God tells Moses how he bore his people on eagle's wings and brought them to himself. And that is sort of something that I want you to keep in mind as you make your way through the law. And the other thing is that all of the law is really aimed at helping those who need help. And so the marginalized, the women, the slaves, the people who need justice and haven't been getting it. And even there's room for the sojourners and on. And what we should do if somebody wrongs you and on. God cares about the things that matter to humans, to us, and he does it with justice and with love. And so as you make your way, some little other tidbits, there's a mention of the three feasts that became an annual remembrance of the people of Israel: the Feast of Unleavened Bread, the Feast of Harvest, and the Feast of Ingathering. We will hit those up again in Leviticus, but for now, just those are all reminders of God's redemption of his people from slavery into abundance. Those would be the Passover, the Pentecost, and the Feast of Booths, or the Feast of Pilgrimage. And then I love chapter 23, how God again reminds them, and angels going before them, but then also this reminder of why God does the way he does. He doesn't give them victory all at once. He does it little by little, we're told in verse 29. I love that he would drive their enemies out little by little to help them get stronger. And moving into chapter 24, we see this pattern of approaching God. First, there's this method, this way that there has to be a sacrifice, an atonement, of shedding of blood before you are clean and consecrated in order to meet God. And we see this happen in chapter 24, where Moses sprinkles the blood, and then the 70 elders come close. And Moses, remember, is a mediator. He's a picture of Christ, and Christ, of course, is the better mediator. But in this era, in this time, Moses is the mediator who would go to God and then bring back word to the people. In fact, he's about to go up on the mountain for 40 days and 40 nights. And maybe we'll talk more about the importance of that here in the next few days. But for now, let me remind you of the big idea that God's law reveals his heart, and every aspect of his law points to the fact that he loves people. Ultimately, God loves you. And it's ironic because the very thing that God is showing the people how much he loves them becomes the very thing that the people accuse him of later of not doing, that he didn't love them. And so pay attention to what God does, how he works, and to how you respond to it.